everyone, welcome back to the next episode of Xmas 2020, and on this third day of Xmas I'm going to make cream cheese swirled brownies. You are definitely going to love these delicious yummy cheesecake brownies. So let's get started. So let's start with the recipe. Preheat your oven at 180 degrees Celsius. And into this big bowl, I'm going to add my melted butter. And now into this, I'm going to add some mix of semi-sweet and bittersweet chocolate. Now I'm using a melted butter because I want to first dip this chocolate in the butter, and later on when I'll microwave it, it will take lesser time and the chocolate will not be burnt, or it will not be too much heated. Chocolate has already started melting, see. So now when I'll microwave it, it will not take that much time. So I'm going to put this in microwave, and I'm going to microwave it for 30 seconds first, then check, and if needed again microwave it for next 30 seconds, and I think that will be enough. So this is after 2 30-second bursts in microwave. The chocolate is properly melted. I'll just give it a mix again. See, the chocolate is properly melted now. And now into this, while it's warm only, I'm going to add my cocoa powder. Now when you put cocoa powder in warm liquid, it can be any liquid, melted butter or even water or milk, it releases kind of a more chocolatey flavor. So it's called blooming of cocoa powder. So whenever you are making even a cake, a chocolate cake, I would suggest you to add cocoa powder in warm water and then add it to your batter. That will enhance the chocolate flavor in your chocolate cake or chocolate brownies. And at this moment, if you are using unsalted butter, also add 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm using salted butter, so I'm not adding any salt into this. I'll switch to a bigger spatula. So now is the time to add our sugars. So this is one of the indulgent desserts, so I'm adding a lot of sugar. This is some brown sugar and then some white sugar, and again I'm going to mix this. Okay, so now is the time to add our vanilla and some coffee. And just give it a good mix again. Oh god, this is smelling so nice. I just want these to be done ASAP so that I can have a piece. You are going to love this recipe, and I know you're going to try this definitely during this Christmas baking. So once this is mixed, it's the time to add our 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. And now I'm going to shift to a wire whisk. So give it a good mix. Okay, so it's mixed now. Now the time to add our last ingredient, that is all-purpose flour. And I'm also adding some little bit of chocolate chips. Now we don't need much flour because these are not cakey brownies, these are fudgy brownies. Just fold in everything with a spatula, and we have not even added any kind of raising agent, that is baking powder or baking soda because we are making fudgy brownies. So there should be no flower pockets. So once this is all mixed, I'm going to reserve some batter for later use. You will come to know what we are going to do with this batter. So this is approximately 1/4 or maybe less than that, little bit less than 1/4 cup of batter. Okay, so I'll just keep this aside, and I have my 8x8 inch square baking pan ready. I've lined it with parchment paper. Now I'm going to transfer my batter into there. So just going to smoothen this. You know, there are some things that really save your life. One of them is the spatula, and the other one is this parchment paper. Just tap it, and I'm going to keep this in the fridge while I make the cream cheese topping for the brownies. So now is the time to beat our cream cheese. So just take a big bowl, add your cream cheese, and also just try to take it at the room temperature. Like, it should be at the room temperature, it should not be cold. And now I'm going to beat this for about a minute, or like until it's very smooth. So just give it a scrape. Now mine cream cheese is not very cold, but it's neither it's at room temperature, it's like semi kind of thing, cold. So that is why I think it is going to take time to beat this. And now I'm going to add sugar into this, and I'm going to beat this on low speed. And now just scrape the sides. It's really light and creamy now. And now is the time to add our vanilla and 1 egg. Done. So now just give it a last mix and see how smooth this has become. It should not have any lump, and it should be smooth and creamy. And now I'm going to pour this over my brownie batter. And then smoothen it. So now the tricky part, we kept this . we kept some batter for the later use, and now we are going to use this. So I'm going to add this batter in a bowl. It's quite thick now, and into this I'm going to add some hot water. I'll add 1 teaspoon first. Just mix it. 1 teaspoon more, very gently. Don't add more water, first mix it, see the consistency. It should be same as the cake batter consistency. So there are some chocolate chips there. Add little bit more. And now what I'm going to do is take my brownie pan, and I'm going to place dots randomly over my brownie batter, over the cream cheese layering that we have done. Just place it randomly, no particular design required. I know you must be thinking it's looking really odd, but believe me, this is going to make a beautiful design. I have earlier made a swirly brownies earlier with white chocolate, but this is going to be the best recipe ever kind of brownies. So now with a toothpick or with a cake tester, just swirl this up in whatever design you want. In whatever way you want. See, now it has started looking beautiful all of a sudden because all of the swirls. Don't overdo this, otherwise it will not look good. So we are done, and now I'm going to bake this in my preheated oven. So first we'll bake it at 180 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes, and after that we'll reduce the temperature to 165 degrees Celsius, and we are going to bake this for approximately 30 to 35 minutes. It can vary 5 minutes earlier or later. First at 180 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes, and then at 165 degrees Celsius for 35 minutes. So see how beautifully this has been baked. Though I would suggest you to keep it for lesser time. This is for about 35 minutes, but I think 30 minutes were enough so that we don't get this brownish, golden brownish colors at the edges. So we'll let it sit for about 2 to 3 hours or overnight. We'll come back and then we'll demold it and we'll have a slice. So this has been lying in the fridge for quite a time now. So I'll just try to take them out now. So here we go. So let us just cut a slice. Oh my god. Look at this now. Can you see the fudgy brownie and the fluffy cheesecake? I shifted to this plate. Now I'm just going to taste it. Actually, I'm I'm dying to taste it. So it's really very fudgy, chocolatey, very rich, and that fluffy cream cheese on the top. It's amazing. It's out of the world. So you must try this recipe. You're going to love it. This is not an everyday bake, but yes, this is something special that you make when you celebrate or there is something special. So Christmas is the best time. So I hope you like this recipe. If you like it, do not forget to give it a big thumbs up, and also do not forget to share the pictures if you try this recipe. So until we meet again, goodbye and take good care of yourself. Happy baking and Merry Christmas!